New season of Trafficked with Mariana Van Zeller is out now on National Geographic and Hulu. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Got to see the first couple episodes of the new season. We're going deep on some things that are happening in rural America that a lot of people, may not know about.
You're talking about cartel presence here. I know I was as shocked as you were. I've been covering the cartel for many years now, and I knew there was presence of the cartel here in the US, but some of the things that I didn't realize they were operating in small town America. I didn't realize that a lot of the cartel operators are actually American citizens. Some of them don't, who have never even traveled to Mexico or even speak Spanish. And I certainly didn't know that a lot of the drugs that are distributed in the United States are transported with commercial airlines. So that was all shocking new information for me.
And also, too, it's such a moving target. It's not that you can study something for, 6 months, a year, several years, and find it. Things are always changing so much. Talk a little bit about the process of creating each one of these episodes, because you may find out new information as you're trying to plan, to shoot the episodes.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the best parts of my job, actually. We go to the field to report, and we have these preconceived ideas sometimes, even for myself, as somebody who's been filming and investigating black markets for so long. I think I know what I'm going to get. And then I get there and I realize, oh no, this is actually much bigger than I expected. That's always good when it happens, because at least you realize, okay, it's good. I'm happy I'm covering this story, because there are so many black markets out there that sometimes it's hard to pick which one we should be focusing on. And that often is the case. We did an episode this season about fentanyl. It was one of the first episodes we covered in season one as well. But the opiate crisis has changed so dramatically that now we're seeing fentanyl being mixed with another drug called xylazine. It's being called trank dope is the name of the drug, that has really taken the opiate crisis to this sort of new extreme of danger, incredibly deadly for a lot of people. So again, even black markets that already exist around us, they're changing. And so it's important to keep reporting on them.
One of the other episodes that we got to see is about, scams, and a lot of people, looking for love online, maybe a friendship or whatnot. And, it may not necessarily affect you, but it might affect a loved one, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker. Talk a little bit about these sophisticated scams, because sometimes you think, oh, this is just one other person on the other line, trying to communicate, but it's a whole operation.
It is a whole operation. Again, scams was one of the first black markets that I investigated in season one, and it has changed so dramatically. First of all, they've is one of the biggest industries, black market industries in the world right now. It's even surpassing the drug industry, which is crazy considering that alone makes 600 to 800 billion dollars a year, brings in that amount. And so scams have really sort of changed, have become so bigger. Last year, I believe it was 12.5 billion dollars were lost from American victims to scams. But what we found in this season, in the episode we filmed, was that a lot of these scammers are actually victims themselves. They're being held in these massive compounds in Southeast Asia, forced to work against their will, forced to scam Americans. Some are tortured, some have died in horrific situations. And we gained sort of unique access into this world. And yeah, it was really revealing and shocking to all of us.
And obviously, as an investigative, reporter, this is part of your line of work. But talk a little bit about some of those scary moments, because I get scared watching it, from my sofa, watching it on television. But what it's like to go through that, when you're meeting people, when you're not supposed to be, necessarily taking photos, or things that are, maybe new to you, or in a situation where you have, you're filming and you got to leave ASAP because your life might be in danger.
I'm usually pretty calm in those situations. I say that there's a fight in my brain between curiosity and fear, and curiosity always wins, and that's not always a good thing. So I usually am able to stay pretty calm. I'd say that we do a lot of planning and training, even hostile environment training, and months of pre-planning to make sure that we're minimizing the risk. But of course, stuff happens that you're
Yeah.
not expecting. I think as Mike Tyson would tell you, plans are really nice until you get punched in the face, and that often happens in the field where the unexpected happens.
Oh, exactly. And the final thing here, maybe for someone on the other side, maybe some tips, especially, when we're talking about scams or neighbors and things going on, something for the people on the other side of, things to look out for, or, knowing that something may not be 100% right.
I mean, if something seems too good to be true, it's because it's too good to be true, right? I mean, make sure that you're constantly verifying whether it's a job offer or even if opening a bank account, whatever you're doing online, just triple check, make sure that this is not a scam. Nowadays, that's not so difficult to do. And even things like nowadays with AI, it's become so dangerous. I mean, I've heard so many stories of people answering their phones and it sounded like their grandchildren was on the line or their some family member was on the line asking for help. Just triple check and make sure that you're not a victim of a scam, because scams are everywhere these days. It's scary.
It is very, very scary. Well, thank you so much for your time today. The new season of Traffic with Mariana Van Zeller is out now on National Geographic and Hulu.
Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you.